I just want to take a minute to say, even though Geekdom Movies is very much a movies, films, Hollywood type of TV show, we do acknowledge that, there's a lot happening right now, not just the virus, but, George Floyd and Black Lives Matter protests and all kinds of stuff. So we just want to take a minute to say, hey, like, we acknowledge that there's more important things going on than just movies. And, I just want to take a minute to say myself that, no matter what we believe or what we think, we can all agree that, whether it's the Me Too movement or whether it's, racism, we acknowledge that, people's rights should be met, and we want people to have the ability to fight for their rights. And because of that, we're just going to take a minute to just, I'm just going to lay it out. I'm not good with this stuff, so I apologize. But I just want to take a minute to say, we all agree, whether you're conservative or liberal, it doesn't matter. We all are coming together, which is great. Men, women, conservative, liberal, it doesn't matter. We want to see change. We saw great things happen last year in 2019 with the Me Too movement. We all came together for that and fought against sexism and women's rights and, taking out men who do horrible things to women. So because of that, like, and everything that's happening, please, like, when you go out there, we just want to say, protest safely. Look out for one another. I've been to 2 protests myself, one in Jackson and the other in Ferndale, which I was able to be a little bit part of, and it was very safe, very peaceful, black, white. Actually, more people were at the Ferndale one, more white people were at the Ferndale one for the Black Lives Matter movement, which is really cool. And the other thing that I noticed was some of the leaders who were running the protest said, hey, like, if you see anybody doing any kind of violence or trying to break into shops or small businesses or doing anything that is not, like, that is not what these protests are about. We want reform, we want change, we want good to happen. And anybody that comes along that does horrible things like vandalism, destroying businesses, destroying homes, hurting, violence anyway, every half a mile we have a police hour waiting, so you can report that. If you can't get to one, you can call 911, and or you can, you call 911 if you can't find a police officer. Take a video, take a picture, call out other protesters to let them know, like, hey, like, that guy or person is trying to do some violence. That's absolutely necessary. I don't think the media is saying enough about that stuff. They're so centralized that they're just focusing on the violence and the riots and all that stuff. But I've been to 2 or 3, and I have friends who are going, and it's been very safe. It's very, good. So I just want to voice that opinion. Go out there, let your voice be heard. We all have the freedom of speech. We all have the right to protest. We all have that ability to use it. Go do that, but do it in a manner that's legal and right. And here's some other projects other movements that are happening that you can donate to. If you don't want to protest and you're just looking for places to donate and give money to support the racism movement, I had a friend just send them to me that were like corrected and make sure they weren't violent, they weren't, anything that was very divisive or anything that could possibly like be a violent movement in any way, shape, or form. So here they are. The Bail Project, Reclaim the Block Project, Campaign Zero, Know Your Rights Camp, Movement for Black Lives, Black Youth Project 100, Policing Civil Rights Toolkit, and Anguish and Action. These are the places you can go that are doing peaceful protests, that are trying to get the voices out for all African Americans or anybody to reform our justice system, to reform the police department in any way. These are ways to do it peacefully. So please go out there, let your voice know. I've seen beautiful things happen in this country when the Me Too movement got started, I got to see amazing people of all faces and colors and men and women come together and bring justice to that so that women can feel safe at work and can feel safe with their bosses and in their careers and have the same rights as men. I do believe that America will make it right. Don't let the voices of people who are saying that this is too divisive and this is too much and nothing's going to happen. No, like I still believe America is a good place. I'm glad I live in America. I'm glad I'm an American still at the end of the day. I'm glad that we have amendments and rights and are able to protest and fight for our freedom. So just keep staying positive. Good things are happening. As John Krasinski say, the Good News Network through this whole crisis, good things are, there are good people. Don't listen to the media. Don't listen to the news sources. Just stick to your own community, your own group. Join the fight peacefully and come together as a community. And it's gonna be okay. And I know it's hard. 2020 has been a insane year, but I just want to say, like, believe in good. Believe that people are good. Believe your community is good. Believe that cops aren't evil. Yes, there are bad cops, sure, and bad things do happen, but there's a lot of police officers who have come out and said, we want to see good policing and we don't want, like my own sheriff from Rochester Hills made an amazing, beautiful statement that you can find online. And we've had police officers who have, gone with other people who are protesting and join them and kneel with them. And you got to believe that good things are happening. You got to turn off social media. You got to turn off the news. You got to turn off, and you just got to believe in the good. And that's all I can really say. So yeah, Shannon, George, I throw it over to you guys if you have anything else to add.
Shannon, you want to go first?
Yeah, very well said, Fahad. We all want to see peace. We all want to see the police force do its job correctly. We all want to see things go well for everybody of all colors. We all want to see women be safe in the work. We all have the same goals. So even if we take a different method of approaching how to get there, we all do agree at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. George, anything else you want to add?
I just have to say I'm really impressed with everyone that has been coming together throughout this and like really overcoming any differences and really trying to show that solidarity that what happened was wrong, and we're all in this together. We all need to push for this to happen because otherwise it won't. And everybody really is going to be a part of that in proving that change has to happen.
Yeah, can't say it more beautifully than everything that was just said. So thank you for taking the time. Again, like I said, I named some good places you can donate to and find places to peacefully protest if you want to share your voice and come together with the African Americans or any of that stuff. Churches are doing a lot right now. Go join a local church, find a church. I have 2-3 churches that I'm very close to who are pushing for reform and asking how can we help more to African Americans. So yeah, good things are happening. So yeah, thank you guys for just taking a minute and joining us in that.